Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into one of the world's most spine-tingling, absolute classic unsolved mysteries, the Bermuda Triangle. So get ready, because we're going to strip away all those wild legends to uncover the actual chilling facts. I mean, what if I told you there's a specific place on Earth where massive, state-of-the-art ships and soaring airplanes don't just crash, they just completely vanish? It sounds crazy, right? But this specific stretch of ocean has literally terrified sailors and absolutely baffled scientists for decades. And here's the real terror of the whole thing. No distress calls, no wreckage, no survivors. It's this complete, absolute lack of evidence that makes the triangle so incredibly confounding. You have to ask yourself, how does a massive vessel just cease to exist? Let's get into Section 1, the scene and the crime, where we'll be defining the boundaries of the Bermuda Triangle. Now, if you've ever vacationed down in the Caribbean, you might have unknowingly brushed right up against this legend. The triangle roughly connects three very specific, distinct points on the map. You've got Miami, Florida, the island of Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. We are talking about 500,000 square miles. That is a staggering expanse of ocean. To put that into perspective, it's just a massive, turbulent space where stories of totally unexplained disappearances have been piling up for well over a century now. But the incident that truly cemented this legend, that happened back in 1945 with the famous Flight 19 mystery. 5 U.S. Navy planes took off on what was supposed to be a totally routine training mission. But then confusion sets in. The pilots start reporting erratic compasses. The radio messages turn desperate. And then just silence. The planes completely vanished. And honestly, the most chilling part of the whole story is that the rescue aircraft they sent out to find them, that disappeared too. Moving right along to Section 2, the supernatural suspects, aliens, Atlantis, and wild theories. First up on the suspect list, we have the extraterrestrial theory. Now, this is a total sci-fi fan's dream, right? We're talking alleged strange light serving as some kind of alien gateway or portal. But we do have to ground this in reality. To date, scientists have found absolutely zero credible scientific evidence to confirm this out-of-this-world idea. Then, of course, there's the legendary lost city of Atlantis. Some of the wilder theories claim that its ancient, highly advanced technology lies buried beneath the triangle, and that's what's scrambling modern navigation systems. It's a super fascinating concept for sure. But unfortunately for any Atlantis real estate agents out there, archaeologists have found zero convincing archaeological evidence of a sunken city anywhere in this region. Let's pivot to Section 3, the scientific reality, shifting from myth to empirical evidence. So let's look at the actual facts. Earth's magnetic field is a real measurable force, and in specific zones, which definitely includes parts of the triangle, compasses can actually behave super erratically. They'll point to true north instead of magnetic north. This magnetic compass theory is 100% grounded in science, and it has undoubtedly caused some very real deadly navigation mistakes. Though experts are quick to caution that this alone doesn't really account for every single vanished ship. We also have to look at the violent environment itself. The Bermuda Triangle is an absolute hotspot for extreme weather hazards that develop incredibly fast. We're talking powerful storms, sudden waterspouts, and enormous towering rogue waves. When you combine all of that with really strong ocean currents, you basically have a natural meat grinder. It can completely destroy a vessel and wash all the wreckage away before a search party even gets off the ground. There's another really fascinating scientific theory here, and it involves methane gas. Imagine massive pockets of methane locked right beneath the ocean floor. If those pockets suddenly rupture, billions of gas bubbles would just surge up to the surface. This would drastically reduce the seawater's density, which basically strips a ship of its buoyancy, causing it to just drop straight to the ocean floor like a stone. Now, while that sounds terrifying, and it has actually been proven in lab experiments, it's incredibly rare out in the wild. The evidence suggests that these massive methane blowouts just don't happen frequently enough in the triangle to explain all of these disappearances. All right, it's time for Section 4, the verdict. Human error, weather, and the vast ocean. So, what's the final verdict? Is the Bermuda Triangle actually cursed? Well, the empirical evidence points a completely different way. The actual culprits seem to be a really deadly cocktail of powerful extreme weather, simple human error, and just incomplete evidence. Most of these tragedies have highly reasonable explanations. The rest, they remain unsolved simply because the ocean is just so vast and unforgiving. Which brings us to this thought. The greatest mystery isn't what's hidden in the Bermuda Triangle. It's how much of our oceans still remain unexplored. The real awe here shouldn't come from alien portals, but from the incredible, terrifying vastness of the uncharted waters that dominate our own planet. It really makes you wonder, what other perfectly natural yet completely terrifying phenomena are just waiting for us down in the deep?